Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Department of Audiology and Speech Language Pathology graduate hooding ceremony. We're so glad to have our graduates from both programs and their families and friends and our faculty and staff here with us, even by Zoom, and we're doing a virtual thing. This is a momentous occasion and we need to celebrate. I'm Dr. Beth Sermon-Taylor, chair of the department, and I'm so excited to be here with you all today. This is my favorite time of year. Let me start by saying thanks for the planning and organization of this event, to the members and the leaders of the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association and the Student Audiology Association, and their sponsors, Mrs. Lindsay Greer, Mrs. Marie Johnson, and Dr. Marcy Height, as well as our executive aide and departmental glue, Ms. Rachel Hatfield. Thank you all for getting this organized. Class of 2021, you are graduating at a rare moment in the history of the world. You stand here poised at both an ending and a beginning, having survived challenges that no one could have predicted even 18 months ago. And you've adapted to things like teletherapy, Simucase, and layers of personal protective equipment. One of the important lessons that I hope you take from your grad school experience is that life will throw you curveballs and there will be unexpected plot twists, but you've already proven your ability to handle whatever comes your way, and all of us could not be prouder of you. We are here to celebrate your accomplishments today. And so I'm going to start by introducing our colleague from the Dean's Office, who is serving as the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and as the President of the American Speech Language Hearing Association, Dr. Lynn Williams.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lynn Williams. As a member of the ASLP faculty, the academic dean for the college, and the 2021 ASHA president, I welcome each of you as my newest colleagues, and I wish heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2021. I'm happy to be with you virtually as one of your faculty, but also to represent the college and the dean's office in congratulating you. Thank you for choosing East Tennessee State University. We know you had choices, and we're happy you chose us. As you know, the Dean's Office has distributed a green academic stole to each of our graduates. This is the academic color for degrees in health and rehabilitation. At tomorrow's commencement, you will be among about 300 other graduates from the College of Clinical and Rehabilitative Health Sciences wearing green stoles. We're here celebrating with you because you are among the 12 to 14% of students who were admitted to the SLP and AUD programs here at East Tennessee State University. Now think about that for a moment. I also congratulate your parents, partners, children, friends, and support crew who have assisted you in realizing this significant accomplishment. East Tennessee State University is proud that our student profile includes more than 50% first-generation students. That is, students who are first in their families to attend universities. I'm sure there are several of you who are first-generation university students. You are important people, both as role models and as catalysts of change. I too am a first-generation college student. None of us would have been able to achieve college degrees, especially a master's degree or a clinical doctorate, without the ability to be an effective communicator. In fact, some of you may have chosen to go into audiology or speech language pathology because of a hearing or speech problem you experienced as a child or that a family member experienced. You've chosen a degree that transforms lives and improves the human experience. With the recent celebration of the 70th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, you're graduating at a time and with the skills and knowledge to advance in all people the human right of communication, regardless of their communication ability or communicative capacity, according to Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. There are two messages I hope to leave you with. First, that as audiologist and speech-language pathologist, you realize the importance of your work and the impact that your work will have on the lives of others. Secondly, that you see yourselves as part of a professional association that has a vision that connects you to a dignified and honorable goal for all people. In closing, each one of you can play an important part in shaping lives and in shaping the world. Each of you has an important role in shaping our future society and making effective communication a human right, accessible and achievable for all. Thank you and congratulations.
Bess, you're muted.
Bane of my existence, that mute button. Thank you. Our first speaker in the audiology program today is Dr. Mark Fagelson, who was voted on as today's speaker by the graduating class.
Thank you, Dr. Sermon Taylor. If only it was that easy to mute our colleagues. I'm sure my voice would be cut out more than anyone else's. I'd like to welcome everyone. I wish we were all together in the same room. I'm sorry that we're not. But it is absolutely my pleasure to get to provide the address for the audiology graduates of 2021. This is the 20th year that we have had this hooding ceremony at which we have celebrated and shared the accomplishments of our soon-to-be graduates with their friends, families, and supporters. There are many people to thank for this this evening's event, none more important than those individuals who helped the students get to where they are right now. I would like to thank on behalf of the SLP and audiology faculty, the families, friends, and supporters who helped the students navigate their challenges to be here today. Completing a graduate program is a great accomplishment and it cannot be achieved alone. For the audiology program, 2003 marked our first class of graduate students who were required to complete a 4-year doctorate. Since that time, we've presented ourselves to prospective students as a demanding program intended to help the students acquire clinical problem-solving skills and the discipline they need to thrive as professional healthcare providers. We remind them that displays of empathy may be expensive. One must turn challenges, emotional and physical discomfort into value. Experience affirms that the ability to respond empathically is often hard-earned, yet it is part of us and something our patients and their families require and deserve. Charles Siebert wrote an article powerful on many levels called "What Does a Parrot Know About PTSD?" in 2016. Not a lot of parrot and PTSD articles. Google that one. I think you'll find it pretty easily. In it, he explains, quote, "We often think of empathy as a skill rather than the long ago, neuronally ingrained bioevolutionary tools for survival that it actually is. The ability to inhabit the feelings of fellow beings, the ability to feel, for example, their fear over a threat, or thrill over a newly found food source, or sorrow over a loss, which has as much to do with the fabric of a community as any other. Empathy, in this sense, can be thought of as the source of all emotion, the one without which the others would have no register." The graduates we honor today indicated 4 years ago that they were willing to devote years of effort in classes and clinics to the benefit of others. As a faculty, we are fortunate to work with students who share their enthusiasm and work ethic regarding this important element of our mission. I'm going to outline now briefly some of the requirements of our program and by extension highlight the students' accomplishments. It is my hope that each of you can imagine their waking early for clinics and class, staying late to complete labs and assignments, their tests, their smiles, their tears as they completed the program. We celebrate the work of 6 audiology graduates this evening. To complete program requirements, they combined for more than 10,000 hours of clinical service. They each spent more than 2,000 hours in the classroom. They completed more than 20 demanding externships at facilities both local and across the US. They fitted thousands of hearing aids for veterans, children, and provided services that contributed to hundreds of uninsured members of our region receiving hearing aids and rehabilitative care. Students completed fourth-year externships at facilities listed in the program, and as you can see, the placement sites serve a variety of patient groups. These are diverse and prestigious facilities, and it is an indication of the quality of their work while they were in Johnson City that the students could thrive as they did in such different professional settings. The impact of our graduates' work will be measured in decades, not months or years. Now, for the past several years, I've taken this opportunity to let the students tell a bit of their stories themselves, so to speak. To do so, I go back to their applications for some material, and when I do this, I'm often struck by the maturity or immaturity of the students on their letters of intent. This group of students revealed in this earliest of opportunities their interests and great enthusiasm for the field of audiology. Some might say they were forward-looking and mature. Others might say they were focused and serious about their goals. Others might just say they were naive. My review indicated that all of the students were driven to excel in a doctoral program and to do so in a way that improved the lives of others. Some wanted to work with children, some wanted to work with elderly patients, and some wanted to devote their careers to supporting members of the military and veterans. Let's see how it worked out. It is often true that our graduates knew of their interest in audiology early in their academic careers. One student commented, quote, "The communicative sciences and disorders field has had a strong appeal to me since my second year of high school." We never know in such cases whether our program reinforces or refutes such views. As always, time will tell. Another student referenced a specific interest and ambitious goals. Quote, "I found through my courses and lab work that auditory processing disorders are not satisfactorily distinguished from ADHD. While I acknowledge the existence of both disorders, I believe there is more work to be done regarding diagnoses. My goal is to fully distinguish the two so that proper treatment programs can be initiated." This student was already talking this way before he even started the program. You'll need an appointment to see him now. Many students express their belief that practicing audiology provides the opportunity to give back to the community. One student stated, seemingly without irony, "The ability to give someone back their hearing is analogous to being a miracle worker." In retrospect, considering Helen Keller and the book of the same name, yes, maybe the irony was lost. Another student said that, "I have always been fascinated by science, health, and the idea of helping others." Then later, this very, very quiet individual stated, "I want to live a life that is rich with experiences of helping others while leading my peers in doing the same. I, for one, would enjoy observing how it is he plans to lead without saying a word." And of course, students learn while they're in the program. One graduate indicated on the application, "From birth until the age of 2, I suffered from otitis media in my ear canal." Although fluid in the ear canal is very common in many children, this is still the student, mine was not discovered early on. So I would have to agree with that. They probably didn't discover the fluid because it was behind your eardrum, not in front of it in the canal. In any case, the application continues, quote, "I have come to realize that audiology is more than a career. It is an opportunity to give a person the chance to fully learn and experience the world around them." Clearly on our way to empathy. Education at its best is a transformative experience, one that humbles as it elevates. This idea was captured well by one of our graduates who explained on her application, quote, "My undergraduate advisor, Dr. X, often reminds me that if everyone needed proof that the frontal lobe doesn't fully attach to the rest of the brain until the mid to late 20s, they could simply take a look at my transcripts." She then said that, quote, "With my son depending on me and my frontal lobe securely in place, failure and mediocrity were not options. Let's hope that she does not bump her head or do anything that might detach that frontal lobe again." I should note in closing that these students also completed 3 sets of comprehensive exams, completed capstone projects, and presented them in some cases with scholarship support from the conference organizers. They have changed lives, starting with their own through thousands of hours of classroom, clinic, and volunteer work. Graduates, we congratulate you, your family and friends, and we know you will accomplish great things for years to come. Thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you, Dr. Fagelson. Our Audiology Awards will now be presented by Dr. Marcy Height.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to see you all and congratulations. It's my privilege to announce the Audiology Graduate Awards and Honors. First, the Lori A. Higgins Audiology Scholarship, Matthew Sabo. For the Kerbo Foundation Audiology Award, Kendall Fox. And also Jordan Wines. For the Audiology Alpha Eta Honors, Kendall Fox.
Well done.
And also Matthew Sabo.
Thank you.
For the Interprofessional Education, Kendall Fox. For, there's Kendall Fox.
Thank you.
For the Lind Grant Consortium, Shayna Cole. And for our SAA officers, Jordan Wines. Yay. Thank you all.
Representing speech language pathology, we will now hear from Dr. Chaya Guntapalli, who was voted as today's speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Sermon Taylor. Class of 2021, I look back at the day, August 21st, 2019, the day we first met each other and had a discussion on your expectations from grad school, where you'd like to see yourself in 2021, your fears of grad school, and why you chose to be a speech language pathologist. That just feels like yesterday. But between now and then, your classes navigated and endured some unprecedented challenges. You've been part of an ASHA accreditation process. You've experienced flooding of Lamb Hall and lived through a pandemic. During these trying times, you've had to switch learning styles, in-person versus online learning, learn to provide clinical services in an innovative way, yet keeping your client engaged via a telehealth platform and behind a mask. But through all of this, you have persevered. It took passion, commitment, motivation, collaboration among peers, and a great support system at school and home to get you through these 2 hard years of clinical and graduate education. Here you are, the day you were looking forward to. I'm going to try not to cry, right? Graduating with competence in multiple years of the field. areas of the field. You did it. Congratulations, class of 2021, and congratulations to your family that's here that supported you through this process. As you graduate today and leave ETSU as a speech language pathologist, I would like for you to take a moment to remind yourselves why you chose this profession. You carry a huge responsibility on your shoulders. You carry the name of your profession and the name of the college and the university. So what and where next? Here is some food for thought as you navigate your journey postgraduate school. Most of you have a job. Yay! Love your job, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. The person who graduates today and stops learning tomorrow is uneducated the day after. So never stop learning, never stop learning. Every client is a new learning experience. Learn and grow as a speech language pathologist with your clients. Do not be afraid of failure. Challenge yourself. Trust me, there are going to be a few bumps down the CF road. Think about your bumps as simply the opportunity to learn and grow. Remember the power of yet in growth mindset. You know I had to have it in here. Be willing to work hard with passion and commitment. We are the science of second chance. We are the science of recovery and healing. Be your client's advocate and let everything you do be done in a way that makes a difference. Be positive, kind, and embrace the right attitude. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do, and attitude determines how well you do it. Stay true to yourself and the profession. Finally, prioritize and learn to balance your life and work. I hope you remember the story of the mayonnaise jar. Pay less attention to the sand, cherish your golf balls, and you know I'm here for a cup of tea anytime. I don't like coffee. Congratulations, class of 2021. What an honor to speak to you at your graduation. Remember to follow your passion, stay committed, implement growth mindset, and make a difference in somebody's life. I'm going to miss you all, and I'll leave you with this note. Your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling after having an experience with you becomes your trademark. So go and create your own trademark.
Thank you, Dr. Gundapalli. The Speech Language Pathology Awards will now be presented by Dr. Brenda Lowe.
Thank you, Dr. Simon Taylor, and good afternoon, everybody, and congratulations to both classes of 21 and everybody attending. Our first award is the Outstanding SLP Student Clinician Award, which goes to Maggie Starenko.
Thank you.
Maggie has shown exceptional skills in the assessment and intervention of both pediatric and adult patients, and one supervisor indicated Maggie has not only the knowledge needed to provide clinical services, she also has a heart for engaging the entire family and support system. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right, and the next one is the Outstanding SLP Capstone Experience, which is Becca Baker.
Thank you.
And Becca is in the middle. Becca distinguished herself as obtaining the highest scores in both the written and oral exams, and there were 7 choices for the oral exams for the written exams, and the oral exams consisted of 2 panels with 2 examiners each in a case-based study, and all this was done online. So congratulations, Becca.
Thank you.
And then we have the Mary V. Dickerson Scholarship, which was Olivia Reith.
Thank you.
And this gives me great honor because this scholarship was donated by Dr. Marv Dickerson in honor of his wife, who was one of the class of 1955. And Olivia really embodies, I think, what Dr. Mary V. Dickerson stood for, because she was an amazing presence in our field, and she's demonstrated strong leadership potential in the field and also significant clinical achievements. Congratulations again, Olivia.
Thank you.
And next, the SLP Alpha Eta Honors. There are a couple of students, so I'll announce them one by one. Becca Baker.
Thank you.
Jordan Barkley.
Thank you.
Kaylee Garrett.
Thank you.
There we go. And then Ashley Groman.
Thank you.
Cindy Jansen.
Thank you.
Okay. Maggie Steranko.
Thank you.
And Amber Worthington.
Thank you.
And all these students received a 4.0 honors and demonstrated the capacity of leadership and achievement. Congratulations all. Then we have another long list of students who participated in interprofessional education. So we'll start with Christina Campagotto.
Thank you.
And Peyton Carter.
Thank you.
And Kavante Drew.
Thank you.
And Madison Ford.
Thank you.
And Michaela Lane.
Thank you.
Oops. And Haley Gent.
Thank you.
And Anna Lowe.
Thank you.
And Mary McPitts.
Thank you.
Alexa Sarari.
Thank you.
There we go. And earlier, Peyton was to the left. And Savannah Sergeant. Sydney Sexton.
Thank you.
And Taylor Sluss.
Thank you.
And Carly Stevens.
Thank you.
And these students all participated in a 2-year interprofessional education experience through Academic Health Sciences Center and learned from students from 5 different colleges and the Department of Psychology and their audiology colleagues, learned from and about each other to serve clients better. And you will notice that they are wearing the white cords, and that white represents the end result when multiple colors of light, which are all the different professions, pass through a prism, which was represented by the interprofessional nature. So congratulations again, everybody. Right, and the next award is the College for Clinical and Rehabilitation and Health Sciences, Interprofessional and International Experience in Costa Rica. And Ashley Groman.
Thank you.
And Olivia Reith.
Thank you.
Sydney Sexton.
Thank you.
And Amber Worthington.
Thank you.
they were all selected to travel to Costa Rica. Prior to their departure, they had lessons in Spanish, learnt about interprofessional education as well, and Spanish terminology. But sadly, the week before, COVID struck and the trip was cancelled. And so they did not get to collaborate with students from the University of Santa Paula in Costa Rica or provide services. But I wish for each of you, Sydney and Olivia and Ashley and Amber, is that you do get to visit Costa Rica one day, but you did half of the training. So we're very proud of you. Right, and then the next is the Len Vanderbilt Consortium grant. And Anna Higginbotham was the SLP student selected. Anna? Well, the LEN grant is the Leadership, Education and Developmental Disabilities, which is part of a consortium, and Anna served as an excellent ambassador for the SLP program. And the grant involved 300 hours in addition to her coursework in a traineeship program focused on not only leadership, but interprofessional education as well, and hopefully to lessen the burden of children with neurodevelopmental disorders. And then the very last announcement, and not an award, but a very important announcement, are the NISLA officers. So that they were Sydney Sexton.
Thank you.
And Olivia Reith.
Thank you.
And Maggie Steranko.
Thank you.
And Maddie Ford.
Thank you.
And she's got an audience, and there's Ashley as well. So under their leadership, the NISLA organization, which is one of 340 in the country, obtained gold status. And there were only 71 chapters who managed this. And that was for their community service and for their fundraising and advocacy. So great note to end on. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lowe. So plot twist, I rearranged the order of the program today. So what we're going to do now is going to be the student tributes to the faculty. Students have been selected by their colleagues to speak on their behalf to the faculty. We'll start with Sydney Sexton from Speech Language Pathology.
Hello, everyone. As stated, I'm Sydney Sexton, and I was our class's 2020 NISLA president. I want to just first and foremost thank you all for being here today as we honor our class of 2021. I speak for our entire class when I say that we are so glad to be here and so glad to have you all. When COVID was in full swing, many of us were really worried we wouldn't be graduating on time, but our professors and supervisors stayed in close contact with us and assured us that they would do everything they could to get us here on time, and they certainly upheld their promise. I want to take a moment just to honor all of our professors and supervisors and the faculty that have supported us over these last few years. It's quite literally because of all of you that each of us can stand here today, ready to enter into the world as clinical fellows within our field. So often, you all have commended us for taking this pandemic and rolling with it and succeeding regardless, but we want to commend you for doing exactly the same. You've shown us tremendous flexibility and determination and understanding as we have all worked to keep learning and to keep serving during these times. I was speaking with some of my classmates, and we were actually reflecting on how close we were able to get with some of the faculty by having to do teletherapy or simulcase. It brought out more of the human in us and allowed for more personal connections, as we weren't only concerned about our success as students or as clinicians, but we had increasing concern for one another's well-being as we learned our new normals. But I also don't want to neglect all that you have done for us before we went virtual. I remember from our very first week in orientation, many of you took time out of your busy schedules to come speak with us, or at least to just say hello. I remember how encouraging that was, and I had never felt such encouragement or support from faculty before, and let alone from so many of you and from the very first time we had even met. All of the lessons you've taught us over the years and all of the memories that we have made sense will be things that we get to take with us through the rest of our entire careers and our lives. So from the entire class of 2021, I just want to extend the biggest and the warmest thank you to you all.
Thank you, Sydney. And now speaking on the behalf of the audiology class, we will hear from Kendall Fox.
All right. Thank you so much for the honor of speaking on behalf of the AUD graduating class of 2021. I feel like any one of us could have done a good job, but my classmates know that I'm the one who never stops talking. So please know that your silent prayers for me to stop debating with Fagelson so that the class could finally be over did not go unnoticed, and I appreciate my classmates' patience with me these last 4 years. It's really difficult to put into words the level of gratitude I have for the ETSU faculty who have guided us on this journey. On a scale of 1 to stepping in front of a bullet for you guys, you're a solid 8. I'm so grateful to be staying in the area because you're no longer just the faculty. I think of you as friends and colleagues, and I hope to continue learning from you for many years to come. Dr. Smerzinski, you're so brilliant and kind, but your graphs scare the crap out of me to this day. Honestly, without Jordan breaking it down for me, I would never have made it through your class, and I hope you never change. Dr. E, I will never forget the way you say certain words. You are funny and patient and have done well steering this ship. You have been an inspiration to me as a mother, balancing work and family. And once you learn to keep your SUV's tailgate closed, you will be unstoppable. Dr. Lowe, you're a strong woman whose accent will always remind me of Sandra Dee from Greece. You are one of the only people my daughter would ever let hold her, which speaks volumes to me, as she has always been a good judge of character. You always have been someone I felt able to confide in professionally and as a mother. Thank you for lending your humanity to this program. I'm not going to cry. Okay. Dr. Height, we will never forget you. Your test was the first in our graduate career. I think we all cried and a quarter of our class dropped out immediately. However, those who hung in took it as a badge of honor to have survived your first class. I'll never be able to thank you enough for placing me in Mountain Empire, where I found the most amazing women who have taught me so much about audiology, patient care, and life, and with whom I hope to continue working for many years to come. To the VA staff, Drs. Aiken, Murnane, Johnson, Rutledge, Shire, Sears, Rouse, and several others, thank you for teaching our class and advising us as clinicians. There, we learned the importance of protocol, reflexes, and that Jane Fonda should never be mentioned in casual conversation. Dr. Bramlett, thank you for introducing me to amazingly weird music, your quirky sense of humor, and your passion for the pediatric and CI population. You're a tiny wealth of knowledge with your big, scary brain, and working for you spoiled me because no matter how many times we had to move the nave, you never let it feel like work. Dr. Fagelson, I speak for our entire class when I say you've always been our guy. You were always in our corner, helping us understand anything we thought impossible, teaching us each mountain had to be taken one step at a time. I hope to continue our animated discussions on audiology, life, and music now as friends. And one quick note before I continue, when I started this program, Lennox was 4 months old. So as her primary source of food, I could not have caffeine. And now that you're all gathered here, I just want to let you know that it wasn't you. I fell asleep in all of your classes. I have never been surrounded by so many who support and have genuine concern for my well-being and education. From the faculty to the clinical advisors, this department has cultivated an atmosphere of respect and camaraderie. To speak on the lasting impact you will have, you have groomed us to be conscientious clinicians who will hopefully one day return the favor and supervise students on our own. We will pass along all of the things that we have learned from you, all the humanity, all the selflessness that you guys have shown us through things like remote area medical, other outreach programs, and the knowledge from all around the world this diverse program offers. To quote a friend of mine, courage is knowing it might hurt and doing it anyway. Stupidity is the same, and that's why life is hard. So thank you all for making this journey not so hard. I hope that we make you all proud as we begin our careers in audiology, feeling well prepared and fully supported as forever members of the ETSU audiology family. Thank you.
Thank you, Kendall. And thank you, Sydney. All right, the moment we've been waiting for. The audiology hoodings will be first, as announced by Dr. Saravanan Ilangovan.
Thank you, Dr. Sermon Taylor. I'd like to join everyone before me in congratulating all of you for the stellar accomplishment. We're all very proud of you for what you have achieved while in the program, especially during this last phase when we had those challenging times. We hope you're leaving ETSU with wonderful memories and lasting impressions of your time here. And we look forward to learning more about you as an alum and all your accomplishments in your future. And not only in your future profession, but also in your life. I have the honor, and thank you for the honor of introducing you for the hooding, this virtual hooding this morning. And I have the distinct honor of doing that in person tomorrow during our commencement. But I'm going to sneak in a privilege of addressing you with your new title, as long as you guys don't mess it up between now and tomorrow afternoon. So, Dr. Shana Reen Cole, in absentia, Dr. Caitlin Ruth Crisp, in absentia, Dr. Kendall Christine Fox. Thanks for that mostly tribute speech also, Kendall.
Thank you. I accept this honor.
Dr. Nicole Taylor Richard.
I accept this honor.
Dr. Matthew Tyler Sabo.
I accept this honor. Thank you.
And Dr. Jordan Christopher Wines. He looks like Matt right now, but there he is. Okay. Thank you for this honors.
And congratulations to all of the audiology graduates. Our speech language pathology student hoodings will be announced by Dr. Teresa Boggs.
What a joy and an honor to read the names of our SLP graduates and to share their future work. To begin with, there are 7 students who were not able to be in virtual attendance, but I would like to acknowledge them. Lindsay Bible, Lauren Irwin, Anna Higginbotham, Brandon Pearson, Savannah Sargent, Taylor Simon, and Michael Ulrich. For those who are in attendance, once your name is called, please accept your degree by indicating I accept this honor. Abigail Elizabeth Anderson.
I accept this honor.
Abby is from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and during her graduate experience, she was a member recipient for the ASHA Special Interest Group 5, Craniofacial and Velopharyngeal Disorders, the Nishula Social Chair, and a graduate research assistant for the Voice Physiology Lab under Dr. Gutapalli. Abby has accepted a job as at Pediatric Plus in Chattanooga, Tennessee, working as an early interventionist SLP. Rebecca Morgan Baker.
I accept this honor.
Becca is from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. During her graduate experience, she was a graduate research assistant for Dr. Proctor Williams and co-chair of the Hooding Committee. Becca accepted a medical CFY position in a post-acute rehab center in Jacksonville, Florida, working with the geriatric population. Jordan Michelle Barkley.
I accept this honor.
Jordan is from Knoxville, Tennessee, and during her graduate experience, she was the Nishla Philanthropy Chair and graduate assistant in the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life. Jordan has accepted a job at the East Tennessee Children's Hospital working as an outpatient pediatric therapist. Antigone Clara Broddock.
I accept this honor.
Annie is from Guilford, Connecticut. During her graduate experience, Annie received a Gilbert Scholarship and was awarded ASHA 2020 Annual Convention Submission Acceptance and Meritorious Poster Submission Recognition for supervised research with Dr. Lowe and Dr. Proctor Williams on cleft palate and neonatal abstinence syndrome. Annie is moving to Los Angeles, California to work with the pediatric population. Christina Arlo Capengota.
I accept this honor.
Christina is from Greensville, South Carolina. During her graduate experience, she participated in the Interprofessional Experience Program and was a tuition scholar for the Ronald McNair program. Christina is interested in working with both pediatric and adults and is exploring multiple avenues in the medical field. Christina would like to thank her parents, Parker and Fur Monster, for their love and support while she accomplished her dream. Peyton Bree Carter.
I accept this honor.
Peyton is from Rome, Georgia. During her graduate experience, Peyton was a graduate assistant in the nursing department and participated in the interprofessional education program. Peyton has accepted a CFY position with Looper Speech and Hearing Clinic in Dalton, Georgia. This clinic is an outpatient clinic that serves populations across the lifespan. As part of this position, Peyton will also be contracted through Hamilton Hospital working in acute care. Michaela Alexandra Cheney.
I accept this honor.
Michaela is from West Union, Ohio. During her graduate experience, Michaela completed research with Mrs. Andrews, was a graduate assistant for ETSU, and was chair of the fundraising committee for Nishla. Michaela has accepted a clinical fellowship position with Mountain Home VA in Johnson City, Tennessee, working with adults and geriatric veterans in the outpatient, inpatient, and skilled nursing setting. Kavanti Tavon Drew.
I accept this honor.
Kavanti is from Rome, Georgia. During his graduate experience, Kavanti was a National Nishla Student State Officer for Tennessee, participated on the NBA SLH panel presentation, Recruitment, Retention, and Leadership of Black Males in CSD, and discussion panel, Let's Chat. So you want to be an SLP or audiologist. He was also co-chair of the Hooding Committee, participated in the IPE program, and was a graduate research assistant for Dr. Lynn Williams. Cavanti is moving to the Metro Atlantic area and will begin his clinical fellowship in a skilled nursing facility. Madison Elise Ford.
I accept this honor.
Maddie is from Johnson City, Tennessee. During her graduate experience, Maddie was a peer mentor for the Positive Eating Program, a graduate assistant for Mrs. Greer, and initial a treasurer. Maddie has accepted a job with Pediatric Advanced Therapy in Mooresville, North Carolina, working with the pediatric population. Elizabeth Kaylee Garrett.
I accept this honor.
Kaylee is from Jonesville, Virginia. During her graduate experience, Kaylee was a graduate assistant for the Special Education Department at University High School and was awarded ASHA's 2020 Annual Convention Submission Acceptance and Meritorious Poster Submission Recognition for supervised research with Dr. Lowe and Dr. Proctor Williams on cleft palate and neonatal abstinence syndrome. Kaylee's moving to Lexington, Kentucky to work with both pediatric and adult populations. Kaylee would like to thank her family and friends for their love and support throughout graduate school. Haley Rochelle Gent.
I accept this honor. Yes.
Haley is from Chattanooga, Tennessee. During her graduate experience, Haley participated in interprofessional education program, became LSVT certified, and was a graduate assistant for the art department. Haley has accepted an inpatient medical CFY position with Park Ridge Medical Center in Chattanooga, Tennessee. After her clinical fellowship year, she plans to do travel therapy with the adult population. Gretel Lael Gossett.
I accept this honor.
Gretel is from Leah, Utah. During her graduate experience, Gretel was an active member of NISHLA while being an amazing mother to 5 children. Gretel is remaining in the Tri-Cities area to work with the pediatric population in schools or in an outpatient pediatric rehab setting. Ashley Renee Groman.
I accept this honor.
Ashley is from Waterloo, Illinois. During her graduate experience, she was the recipient of ASHA Student Scholarship and was a graduate research assistant with Dr. KPW. Ashley has accepted a medical CFY position with Encompass Health Inpatient Rehab in Indiana, working with the geriatric population. Cynthia Frances Jansen.
I accept this honor.
Cindy is from Illinois. During her graduate experience, she was awarded ASHA 2020 Convention Submission Acceptance and Meritorious Poster Submission Recognition for supervised research with Dr. Lowe and Dr. Proctor Williams on cleft palate and neonatal abstinence syndrome. Cindy was also a tuition scholar for Mrs. Johnson, the peer mentor for the Auditory Verbal Therapy Clinic. Cindy is remaining in the Tri-Cities area and has accepted a job with Talkback Pediatric Therapy, working with the pediatric population. Cindy wants to thank her husband and family for supporting her dream of becoming an SLP over the last 6 years. Michaela Jade Lane.
I accept this honor.
Michaela is from Johnson City, Tennessee. During her graduate experience, she was part of the Interprofessional Education Program, was a graduate assistant for ETSU Graduate Studies, and completed research for cleft lip and palate with Dr. Lowe. Michaela will be moving to Nashville, Tennessee, where she plans to work in the medical setting with both adult and geriatric population. Anna Elizabeth Lowe.
I accept this honor.
Anna is from Oneida, Tennessee. During her graduate experience, she was a graduate assistant for the Student Activities and Organization Office, recipient of the Meritorious Poster Submission for ASHA for the cleft lip and palate in infants prenatally exposed to opioids research project, and was part of the IPE program. Anna is remaining in the Tri-Cities area and has accepted a job with Mountain Region Speech and Hearing Clinic to work with pediatric and adult population. Anna would like to thank her husband, Devin, and her family for continued love and support they provided throughout her graduate journey. Tino Tinda Chiaz Mumpombo.
Woo! Tintin! Go Tino!
Thank you for celebrating with us from afar. We're glad you're here. Tino is from Zimbabwe. During her graduate experience, she was a tuition scholar with Miss Andrews, a STEP mentee, and a member of ASHA SIG Voice and Upper Airway Disorders. Tina was also awarded the American Speech Language Hearing Foundation's Graduate Scholarship. Tino has accepted a medical CFY position in the inpatient rehab unit at the University of Florida Health in Jacksonville, Florida. Mary McCraw Pitts.
I accept this honor.
Mary Mack, as we love to call her, is from Erwin, Tennessee. During her graduate experience, she was an active member of NISHLA and a graduate assistant for Dr. Guntapalli. Mary Mack has accepted a job at Advanced Therapy Solutions in Clarksville, Tennessee, where she'll be working with the pediatric population. Olivia Brooke Reith.
I accept this honor.
Olivia is from Burnsville, North Carolina. During her graduate experience, she was the vice president of NISHLA, completed research with Dr. Lowe, and was a tuition scholar for the psychology department. Olivia plans to work with both the pediatric and adult population. Alexa Rora Sararvi.
I accept this honor.
Alexa is from Knoxville, Tennessee.
I accept this honor.
I heard you. I'm just waiting for your beautiful picture to show up. There you are. During her graduate experience, she was a graduate assistant for Dr. Lowe and Dr. Guntapalli, participated in IPE. She was awarded a poster submission recognition from ASHA for supervised research with Dr. Lowe and Dr. Proctor Williams. She's going to be moving to Stanford, Virginia, where she accepted a CFY position with Fleming Therapies, which is an outpatient pediatric facility. Sydney Corin Sexton.
Oh, Sydney!
Honor.
Killing it out here.
Sydney's from Jonesboro, Tennessee. During her graduate experience, Sydney was president of NISHLA, a research assistant with the Positive Eating Program, a tuition scholar with the Department of Art and Design, and part of ETSU's Interprofessional Education Program. She conducted research pertaining to young adults with cleft lip and cleft palate. Sydney is moving to Knoxville, where she has accepted a CFY position with East Tennessee Children's Hospital, working as an outpatient pediatric therapist. Sydney wants to give a special thanks to her loved ones for all their continued support and encouragement over the years she has accomplished her dream. Taylor Nicole Suss.
I accept this honor.
Taylor is from Johnson City. During her graduate experience, she was involved with NISHLA, completed interprofessional education program, and was a graduate assistant under Dr. Wilson Lewis. Taylor is remaining in the Tri-Cities area and has accepted a CF position at Talkback Therapies, working with the pediatric population. Taylor wants to thank her Lord, her family, and her friends for all their support during this long journey. Carly Gray Stevens.
I accept this honor.
Carly is from Asheville, North Carolina. During her graduate experience, Carly participated in interprofessional education program and completed supervised research with Mrs. Courtney Andrews, which she plans to present at ASHA with the rest of her team at the end of this year. Carly plans to work with the pediatric population, either in coastal North Carolina or up north. Margaret Elizabeth Sorenko.
She didn't say that. I accept this honor.
Maggie is from Mooresville, North Carolina. During her graduate experience, Maggie was the secretary for NSHLA, a NAVE Autism and Positive Eating Program peer mentor, and a tuition scholarship for Dr. Boggs. Maggie accepted a CFY position with the Greater Atlanta Speech and Language Clinics in Marietta, Georgia. She'll be moving to Metro Atlanta to work with children on the autism spectrum and to provide push-in services to K through 12 special needs schools. Jessica Lee Tucker.
I accept this honor.
Jessica is from North Carolina. During her graduate experience, Jessica was an active member of NSHLA and participated in supervised research regarding the autistic population alongside Dr. Boggs. She plans on moving back to Charlotte to work as an early intervention SLP. Jessica would like to thank her friends, especially her family, for supporting her throughout her graduate experience and offering constant love and encouragement. Kate Noelle Vandrew.
I accept this honor.
Kate is from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. During her graduate experience, Kate was chair of Lunch and Learn Committee for NSHLA and a graduate assistant for Dr. Boggs. Kate has accepted a CF position at Speech for Kids in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Amber Faith Worthington.
I accept this honor.
Amber is originally from Los Angeles. However, she received her bachelor's in communication disorders at UNC Greensboro. During her graduate experience, she was a graduate assistant for Dr. Boggs, organized multiple hearing screenings for elementary and middle schools in the Tri-Cities area, and conducted research regarding the importance of nutrition. Amber will be moving back to North Carolina, where she will be working in the public school system, serving preschool to high school CTE students. She will be focusing on providing Spanish bilingual services and eventually pursuing her AVT certification. Congratulations to the class of, is this 2020, 2021? I'm losing track. Congratulations, guys. We love you. We're so proud of you.
Thank you, Dr. Boggs. Finally, we are going to receive some words of wisdom from our beloved colleague, Dr. Carrie Proctor-Williams, who, in case you didn't know, will be retiring this summer after a long and illustrious career. And so this is going to be her last hooding ceremony as a faculty member. So, Dr. Proctor-Williams.
Okay, so I'm trying not, I've been tearing up through this whole thing today. So graduating class of 2021, I'm just so proud of you all. And I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to close a circle. In 2003, I spoke at the graduation of the first class that I saw through the program. Today, I'm honored that you've asked me to share some words with you, the last class that I will see through the entire program. You asked me to offer some words of wisdom, and that was scary, and even scarier when I saw it written in the program. But then I realized I've already given you all that I have. So let's review and generalize. Goals. Set goals for yourself and review them regularly. And don't forget to include target, mode, criterion, and context. Target. Be thoughtful and specific and identify the behaviors that represent the professional SLP you want to become. Let one of them be an attitude of unconditional positive regard for every client and caregiver who walks through your door. They are doing the best that they can with the resources that they have. Mode. Recognize the level of support, maximal, moderate, or minimal, that you need to accomplish your goals while taking your growth into account. Don't hesitate to imitate a master clinician, and don't be afraid to be spontaneous. Criteria. Celebrate the achievement of all your little goals along the way, as well as the big accomplishments. Like now, as you graduate with a Master of Speech Language Pathology degree. Enjoy it right now to its fullest. And when you have a little bit of time, think what's next and set another long-term goal with lots of specific goals and sub-goals along the way to make sure that you achieve it. Context. It's all about maximizing your opportunities for learning. Borrowing from Dr. Keith Nelson, if you use your intellect, are engaged in the now, and motivated to grow, the aha moments will present themselves for you to grasp. Sometimes these moments will come from an amazing success. Other times they will come from failure. Embrace them both. Remember Dr. Guntapalli, and with a growth mindset, these will become some of your most powerful learning moments. But don't try to do it alone. Remember that teams outperform individuals. As you participate in teams in the role of SLP, also remember to keep a strong sense of yourself. To thine own self be true was one of my mom's favorite quotes from Shakespeare, no less. What she meant was to be authentic in yourself and in your relationships with others. It entails knowing who you are, which is a journey unto itself and one that I am still on. Who knows what your first step in your new SLP career will bring you, or what retirement will bring me, but I believe we're ready and as prepared as we can be. I wish you all the best on your journey and the adventures that you will have. I'm so proud of you all.
Thank you, Carrie.
We love you, Dr. KPW.
Sure do. That's right.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming and for being here today. Congratulations again, Doctors of Audiology and Masters of Science in Speech Language Pathology. We are so profoundly proud of all of you. You've reached a milestone, and that's a big deal. Go forth and do wonderful things. We can't wait to see what you do next. Keep in touch and go Bucks. Thank you.
Can I say one more thing? I forgot to say this earlier. Shana Cole, Dr. Shana Cole, was the 100th AUD graduate from ETSU. If all those pictures on the wall were right before they got taken down. So congratulations.
I don't like this platform. I want to be hugging you all. I want to be there. So virtual hugs.
Unmute and say goodbye. Hello, unmute everybody.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Love you
Everybody
all.
be good.
Congratulations again, guys.
And keep in touch.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Williams.
Proud of you all.
Everett says hi.
Where was the
Huh?
Where was the sign?
I think she emailed it to them.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Have a good weekend, guys. Happy Mother's Day, especially to all you new mamas. Enjoy it.
Happy Mother's Day, guys.
And congratulations.
That was sweet, Carrie.
Yeah, that was great. All right.
Thank you guys for all your hard work on making that happen.
Yes, Murray and Lindsay.
Hey,
Thank,
Murray and Lindsay, hats off.
Very well done.
thank you.
No, you guys did great. You guys did great.
Thank you.
See you
Love
all.
you all. See some of you tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.